Hi, welcome to week 10. This week is, if you've noticed, the weeks are starting to slow down as far as how much of the workload you have, working with a partner, and being able just to take a little bit of extra time to think about the cases. As you know, as time goes on here, you get to choose your final case study, finally turn in your project, which I'm noticing most of you are almost finished with, which is great. You should be thinking about then instead working on your chapter summary now instead of spending, your week as maybe a light week, work ahead so that you don't have to worry so much during your future weeks. So you have your group case study will be due not for 2 weeks. Then your chapter summary will be due the following. Your final case study, which does have an extra slide in it that you'll want to read about, and then your final project, which is also a case study, but it's up to you. You create it. It's a real world situation. So you work on it, you submit it, and then we're finished. So taking a look at this week, right here, you begin with, again, of course, watching this video and then putting any questions that you might have or participating in looking at someone else's questions and answering those. Then moving forward, we have your group work. You are most likely finishing up with your group work. So here are some questions from the beginning of the chapter just to get a clear idea of what your thoughts are about those. So, following these directions, you're working together, but on this, you're answering one question of your choice. And then moving on to your pro con case study that's due. This is case 3, page 188. Just be certain that when you're answering these questions here, you pick your question, and then for your second or your third post, make sure that you're giving a pro and a con. Pretty self explanatory. If you want all the points, make sure you're looking at the rubric. Okay, and then I'll be looking to give you feedback on which standards you actually address, which those questions lead themselves to answering standards of leadership qualities. So I can point out what those are for you. And then finally, your checklist. So if you look at your checklist to give yourself an idea as to how well you've done this week, you would have completed the introduction, you would have read chapter 8, you would have finished group work, which are the questions, the case study 3, which is your pro con, making sure that you're doing those posts correctly. And then, oh, that's this. So you want to read the case study first, of course, and then answer your questions. And then you can work ahead next Monday, watching the video, and finishing this checklist. So that's everything. I hope you have a great week. It's been wonderful listening to your comments, reading your comments, talking with you, and getting to know you through your work. So have a great week.